Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessing. Gave y'all some time because I know these notifications ain't go out. Not gonna be on here too crazy though. Just wanted to do another quick check-in with the people, see what's going on. Like I said, I knew I was supposed to have another deep conversation this past week, but this week been a little bit iffy. For those who might have been in areas where the air quality was trash because of the fires that's happening in Canada, hopefully y'all keeping yourselves safe. Hopefully y'all keeping your family safe. Oh, not gonna lie, the air is a little bit better than it was the last few days. Angela, baby. For those that was in the areas where they was suffering poor air quality, again, hopefully, if there was any situations, y'all got yourselves checked out. If y'all was having any breathing problems, hopefully you got everything figured out. Since this rain that we got, especially in the city, since this rain we got, the air don't feel and don't taste as bad as it did 2 days straight. So let's hope it be a while before we have another fire out there. Because it seems like it doesn't matter where the fire piece set at, we always get the backdraft of it. So, but for those who might have been going through it this week, hopefully y'all feeling a little bit better. It's bad enough that the heat, was already on one, but again, air quality, has gotten a little bit better. So again, just double check, especially on the people that you might, like checking on the older folks too, So first things first, though. Hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Sunday. Yes, it is Sunday. Sunday morning to be exact. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their Saturday. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their Friday as well. Uh, Again, for those who was in the areas where the air quality was trash, hopefully you able to make up whatever plans you might have had that probably got canceled because of the situation. And again, hopefully nobody is suffering from any severe problems or after effects of the bad air quality. Health is more important than anything. So, and for those who was around that situation last summer when that major fire broke out, we already know how the air got orange and everything else it just smelled like one large campfire. But again, hopefully everybody kept themselves safe during this little time frame in this portion. Those celebrating birthdays, another year and another blessing around the sun. Enjoy every moment of life. Keep creating memories. Keep creating those memories. And if you was blessed to see another year in good health and good spirits, you already know, give your praises where it's due. Appreciate everybody who did tune in to the last live stream. Definitely was an important one. And again, I do plan on hitting back on that topic as well too. For those that missed it, I can catch the replay. Like I said, I ain't gonna be on here all night, but just wanted to do a quick check-in with the people. And I know before I go left, today gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna speak on both ends. Fellas, what do y'all consider a good woman? And how would you approach that good woman? Ladies, what do y'all consider good men? And how can you decipher a good man from a fuck nigga? Didi, baby. I mean, what qualifies, like I said before, what qualifies a good man in y'all book? Gotta ask that question because some people they really can't decipher what a good person is and how to maintain something good with a person. So it's good to ask these questions all around the board. I think it's important because again, you know, when it comes to that, most people should know what exactly what it is they looking for. So, it's like I said before, some of y'all who cry about there ain't no good people out there. No, there's good people out there. They're just not wasting their energy on toxic situations or things that just don't mean them no good. And also, you got some good people who have been hurt. So when it comes to that, you know, some people just ain't gonna risk it. But what disqualifies somebody from being with you? That's a question that really should be asked. What disqualifies somebody from being in your view or being in your circle? Well, me personally, I you know I gotta go in real quick because it's needed. My bad for the wind in the background, y'all. This is what happens when it's been raining half a day. And now you're finally getting some good, cool air. For those in the city enjoying this weather, enjoy the fuck out of it. I don't know how hot and humid is going to be tomorrow. So, yeah. But, got to ask that question. Like, what disqualifies somebody from having the opportunity with you? Now, I'll be honest with you. A person like me, I'm different. It don't take much to be in my good space, but it also don't take much for you to get the fuck up out of it. So, it depends on the person at hand. Like I asked one time before, what disqualifies somebody from having an opportunity with you, right? I asked that because some people deem that if you don't have this or if you don't have this, then that disqualifies you from even being in the picture. But like I said before, it's really not truth to that. Just because a person, prime example, don't have a car, doesn't mean that person is not a good person or that person doesn't take care of the necessary things they're supposed to take care of. So if the fact that somebody doesn't have a car, even a license, is a disqualifier for you, then I feel bad for you only because there's probably going to be a lot of good men out there who don't have those things or at least are trying to get those things. But guess what? You just disqualified them because they don't have it. But here's the thing that's funny with some of these people, though, that say that. How can you have an expectation on things when you don't even have these things to begin with? Like, prime example, because a person doesn't have a car or license doesn't mean nothing. Oh, just because that person doesn't make six figures doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't disqualify them from being who they are. Again, some people get caught up in the materialistic world. James number 8, what's going on, my guy? But I would say what disqualify people from being in a good position or at least being in that type of position. Keith, what's going on, my guy? See, with me, prime example. Like I said, it don't take much for you to be up in here, but it also don't take much to get you up out of here, especially if you disturbing my peace. And for most men, we require peace. Don't care how you try to look at it, how you try to. Most thing we require is peace. Again, some of the things you think we require, we don't. Some of the things you think are important to us, it really ain't. And that's the thing that people fail to realize. Again, there's some things that we just don't care about. So, in that case right there, why are we still having this back and forth about certain things? Oh, because again, the agenda and what's going on right now. You know, my thing is, again, with some people that need to hear this, how can you try to make demands on things when you don't even have the same things that you require? Like, prime example, some women talk about they want 6 figures. They want to do with 6 figures, but you don't even make 6 figures. Make it make sense. You want somebody that got their own, but you don't even have your own. You want somebody that's a leader and a provider, but in the same token, you're not playing your position so that person could do exactly that. So what exactly do y'all want? What exactly are y'all looking for? I gotta ask that question all around the board because I asked a couple fellas and I meant to do that the other day, but I think I'm gonna do that on another day. I'm gonna just have a nice little round table sit down with some folks. So yeah, I could hear from these people yourself. But I guarantee you, if I asked at least 4 people, at least males, what they looking for, they gonna tell me off the rip what it is they looking for. And 9 out of 10, they ain't gonna waste their time until they find it. See, that's somebody that knows what they want and is willing to do what's necessary to achieve it. Not wasting nobody's time or not trying to, play around with people's hearts or not trying to just do multiple things that ain't needed. And that's the thing. Again, most of the men that I can tell you right now would tell you that. That's the main thing they require out of anything is peace. I don't want to fucking be dealing with somebody that's constantly going to be arguing back and forth. That's constantly going to question my, not so much as authority, but question my integrity or question how I do things. Like I say I want a leader, but when a leader got to make leader type moves, y'all don't want that to happen. So how could you say you want a leader? That's the question. Like, see, it's the thing. Again, there's order and there's balance. But what y'all consider order and balance, what y'all consider order and balance, I'll be honest with you. Y'all consider it slavery. Y'all consider it control, or y'all consider it manipulation. When there's neither or. Let's just get that correct. It's just the order. You can't say that you are willing to, can't say you're willing to be with somebody. Can't say that you're willing to grow with somebody, but then you're not playing your role or playing your position the way you're supposed to. So like I said before, y'all require a lot of things, but then y'all don't have a lot of things to reciprocate back. Like I asked the other day, how can you protect the man, right? You want protection from a man, but how can you protect that man from even leaving you or possibly just destroying whatever? Protect his peace and protect his image. Whether you with that man or not, protect his image. You know how you protect his image? Not coming outside dressing like a slut. Excuse me for saying it that way, but it's true. People hate to hear that. Some people don't have a problem when it comes down to what they partner with. But again, everybody is different. Where some people who don't find it harsh or don't find it too disrespectful. Others are gonna find things disrespectful. Like prime example. Again, it's about respect more than control. I shouldn't have to worry about prime example. My woman coming out in something that I know for a fact everybody's gonna stop, stare, and start even trying to make, little gestures and whatever. So I don't feel it's wrong for a man to tell you, like, yo, I think you need to put on something a little bit more appropriate, especially if we're gonna be out and about in the public. Because it's a respect level. See, some of y'all think that, oh, if I do this, I know my man or I know my husband going to defend my honor. I know he going to fight for me. But it shouldn't have to be that way. I mean, it's about, again, respecting yourself and respecting your partner. Some of y'all fail to realize that. Hence why some of y'all going through what you're going through now. Or why some of y'all can't maintain happiness. Because again, some of y'all feel like, oh, somebody can't tell you something. I wear what I want to wear. I do what I want to do. Cool. Keep having that mindset and don't be mad or be surprised that somewhere down the road, some of y'all still sitting in that position or crying about where all the good people at. The good people clocked out. Because again, it's about respect, but it's also about balance and order. And a lot of y'all are out of order, whether you believe it or not. It's sad because in the long run, it's like, do you want to continue to keep the same process happening when it comes down to you trying to find true happiness? Shouldn't be that way. Again, there should be compromises. But again, there's also roles that are important. Just like it's a man's job, right, to make sure everything is in order as far as bills and damages, just in case of something going on with your house, making sure the family good. We have a variety and a multitude of responsibilities. And it's the same way with y'all. Hence why y'all helpmates. But when you say helpmates, y'all think slaves or dictators. No, helpmates are what you are. We already are taking a bulk share of the day-to-day and dealing with the day-to-day as far as the world is concerned. And yeah, we need help balancing that shit out. Hence why you are the helpmates. You also are helpmates because guess what? You're not the only ones that are bringing children into the world. And this is what killed me sometimes. Some of y'all, it's just the mindset to say like, oh, you think we slaves and oh, you just want to be in control. No, we going by what it's supposed to be. A helpmate is supposed to help out. And not so much as on a financial level. You helping out, period. You supposed to be helping to balance out what's going on. But when we say that, oh, you think we slaves? Oh, you think we this? Or no, it's just following rules and orders. And since some of y'all like to always try to reference or use religion and shit like that, okay, well, guess what? Read that book correctly. Don't just put your own meaning into it. There's certain places where it tells you where you're out of order. And see, the sad part is, don't matter if a man tells you out of order or another woman tells you out of order. Some of y'all don't want to hear that. And this is the saddest part about some of the women now. And why some of these other women, especially the younger ones coming up, are going to suffer. because they following certain ones with the same nonsense and rhetoric of we don't need y'all. We trying to eliminate y'all. Basically, like, come on, and you're going with the same rhetoric. And it's sad. It really is because again, it's like we need each other at the end of the day. It ain't one could do without the other. No, we need each other because we complement each other. One just can't bring some a child into the world. No, it takes two, right? So why do some of y'all believe that when we say help me, y'all thinking it's something other than? No, y'all supposed to be helping with what's going on. If we supposed to be building together, growing together, even raising a family together, yes, you are the help. Because in some cases we could do it to ourselves, but again, it's about help. And that's the thing. Y'all want some of y'all want men to help y'all as much, but y'all not willing to help the men back. And this is the problem that we have right now. This is why it's a lot of good people again that just ain't wasting their time no more trying to find much of nothing right now. Because when we go out in the world around us, we see what it is. A lot of y'all too materialistic. You focusing on what somebody don't have, and you ain't focusing on what that person actually do have and that it can actually be beneficial. And not so much as on a financial level. Just beneficial in general. But again, y'all supposed to work together, right? Or am I just tripping? Or is only one side supposed to do everything and the other side just lay back and do nothing? Like, it's like when some people say, oh, y'all don't want us to work. We did this and this is where the history get messed up again because we had women that was working. Not saying that we didn't, but they still wasn't working them long hours like a man would be. Y'all would still have time to come home, get the house in order. If there's kids involved, get them in order. And by the time that man come home, that man 9 out of 10 is going to get what he need: food, good shower, and whatever, and some relaxation for the next day. But you know, some of y'all not going to keep a man because y'all brain is on survival mode. Don't let that ball go over your head neither. Some of y'all stuck on survival mode. You feel like, oh, I have to do this, or I gotta make sure I'm doing this to see. This the thing. In some cases, some of y'all should have already been thinking about getting yourselves in order. It shouldn't take somebody to come into your life to fucking change it. You should have been changing that before anything was said and done. You know, like when you hear some of these women saying, oh, well, you got to do this and do this. It's not my responsibility to pay your bills or keep you upkept. That's your job as a woman to keep yourself upkept. That means if you know you need your hair done, go get your hair done. If you ain't got the money, do it yourself or have somebody else do it for you. Simple as that. You know you're supposed to be going out, go find you a dress, go find you whatever. That's not a man's job to pay for your dress, pay for your nails, pay for your hair to get done, and then still got to pay for a whole date and something else. All for you to probably not even like the person. So what? This is why a lot of people ain't getting into it right now. That's why a lot of people checking out because it seems like again everything is transactional now. It ain't like you saying, "Oh well, you know what? Despite whatever, I could build with this person. I could deal with this person. Let me see what happens, or let's see where things go from point A to point B." No, y'all deem the minute somebody don't have something, or the minute that somebody not going to do something for you, oh that, oh well, but remember the grass ain't green on the other side, so remember that part. Some of y'all keep with the mindset, oh, I could find better, I could do better. And then when you see that it ain't better, now you don't matter. This is what y'all seem to be doing. Some of y'all again are allowing social media and other outlets to destroy what you got. Or some of y'all getting tricked out of your spot anyway, like I said, by the next one. Some of y'all need to again pay attention to who you got around you as far as friends and allies, because again, you never know. You could be thinking you in a good position. The minute you mess yourself up, guess who won't be in that position? The person that 9 out of 10 was waiting for that to happen. Somebody asked me a question about who do I think is more loyal, men or women. I just walked away from the question because I can't really put an answer to that. I mean, I could, but I won't. Only because I already know what it entails. So I'm not going to do it. But I feel in some cases I am going to do it. In some cases, I'm sorry. Men are more loyal. The reason why I say that is because, yeah, outside of the niggas, we talking about the good men. We ain't talking about the niggas. The niggas will be the ones that don't care. They do and do a lot of fuck shit, right? But the real men, we not crossing certain boundaries, and we loyal to the soil when it comes to our peoples. If I see my boy is dealing with somebody, I don't care how bad she is. I don't care if I look like I want to try to holler at it. I'm not going to do it just because, again, that's my peoples and there's a respect level there. And there's loyalty there. And the loyalty is not allowing nobody to come in between friendship or become in between the bond. Some of y'all are not the same way. Because some of y'all will be smiling in your homegirl face and screwing their baby father or screwing their husband or screwing whoever they got an interest in. And again, if it don't apply, let it fly. Because some of y'all will get in your fifis. We ain't doing that today. I'm just calling it like I see it. Like even what I seen on my side and in real time, we are more loyal. Men are going to be loyal to a cause. Niggas ain't going to be loyal to anything. It's the same way. Real women are going to be loyal to something or loyal to somebody. Bitches ain't. Sorry, I'm getting hood with it tonight. But the reason why I asked that question, and again, this is a question for some of the ladies. What do y'all deem as good people? What disqualifies somebody from having the opportunity to build or grow with you? Fellas, the same thing. But I already know when it comes to the fellas, they're going to say, listen, we just require somebody that brings peace, brings happiness, but also brings uplifting. It goes back to what I was saying a while back. How do some of y'all expect a safe space, right? You expect the men to be the protectors, the safe spaces, and everything else, but you're not offering that same thing back in return. A man can sit here and listen to you for damn near hours, right? Straight up. A man can sit here and listen to you for hours on end without nothing. But let y'all listen to the man for at least 5 minutes. It'd be a problem. Or sometimes you don't even hear what that man done said. It's like it went in one ear and out the other. No doubt, James, number 8. Don't forget to come back in here with my pork chops here with tomorrow, son. We fighting. You know, and this is the problem. You know, the issue is, again, you know, some people feel like, oh, well, I could do way better than what I'm doing now. But if you're already in a great position with a good person, why mess that up because you think you can do better? Again, y'all focus on what a person don't have instead of focusing on what that person has. Just like I was saying, if a person rides the train every day, does that mean he's not a good person? No. But see, some of y'all, it's the same thing, and I'm just calling this down the middle right here on this point. Some of y'all men and women think that, oh, if this person isn't this, or if this person isn't that, or if this person doesn't have this, then I ain't gonna waste my time. Not knowing that 9 out of 10, you possibly could be messing up on a great situation that could be even greater. Because remember, it takes two to make something work. Remember? It can't be one giving they all and the other one is barely giving anything. And see, and this is the problem with that we having now. And it is. It's a major problem. It's miscommunication on all levels. The communication that used to be solid amongst men and women ain't solid no more. Because even when somebody is telling you how they feel, or even when they telling you exactly what's on their mind, are you paying them any real attention? Do you really care at all? Some of y'all really don't care. Again, if it don't benefit you in any way, shape, or form, y'all don't care about nothing. And how could you expect to be in any form of happy situation when you only worrying about yourself? Some of y'all, again, are selfish like that. You only worry about yourself. You don't worry about the partner or the person that's on the other end. That would be like you saying to somebody, I care about you. But then you don't hear from that person 4 straight days. So how can that person really care about you? Or what level of care is that when you could disappear from somebody you say you care about? I know most people that care about each other, they show it. Even if it ain't all day, I'm still gonna make sure the person I care about gonna hear from me. Even if it's once or twice out the day, you gonna hear from me. But some of y'all will say you care daily about somebody or that you worry about somebody, but then again, how could you disappear for days on end? Again, I'm speaking from what I've seen and just even as of recent. It seems like the men are trying to give the most that they can give, but some of y'all not, you're not reciprocating back. And in some cases, guess what? We don't want another bill or another responsibility to deal with. You got to pull your weight some way, somehow. Even if you ain't working, you still got to pull your weight some way, somehow. Again, it's a tandem, you know. And the most important thing for the tandem to work is being on point, open communication, But again, also keeping a safe space for both of y'all to dwell in. One thing I am getting tired of hearing, and I think I've heard this on multiple occasions, you got to bring something out of somebody. No, you should already have that instilled within you. Like some of y'all women are saying, oh, you got to bring that soft, you got to bring this out. Nobody shouldn't have to do shit. You should be doing that. If you with somebody that you care for, you with somebody that you building something with, all that shit should already be there for that person. Nobody shouldn't have to bring it out of you. What does it take to bring the feminine out of you? What? I gotta buy you this. I gotta do this for you. I gotta sit here and no, I don't understand the mindset with some of y'all. I don't. Like I said, it seems like everything transactional. If somebody not doing this for you, or somebody not boosting your ego some way, somehow, forget about it. They chop liberty. And again, I think that's the saddest thing, again, to have that mindset, to think that you expecting your partner to do everything and you do absolutely nothing. How does that work? For some of y'all that was familiar with the old school way of things, prime example, the soapbox races and stuff like that, right? You needed two people, right? You needed two people plus an extended team just in case if anything went wrong, right? So what the hell you think relationships and marriages is like? The same way. It's teamwork regardless to what. One person can't do everything. I can't build the car, drive the car, and then try to run the race all in one motion. Nah, it's not going to work. Some of y'all are failing to realize that. Your mindset and your attitude is what's keeping a lot of y'all right in the positions that you're in now. Some of y'all not happy and will never be happy until you A, start healing, B, start actually taking accountability, and C, make the changes necessary. Like I just had a situation with somebody a couple weeks back. And it wasn't even a full situation. It just, I'm getting a full notice of you as I'm just meeting. And you already done got off on a bad note. But then to come to find out, even before time, they'd already prior to that heard situations about you. So, it's sad. You get a full interaction with somebody, and some people think that everywhere they go, they have the same situation happening and thinking it's not them. And in all actuality, it is them. Like with this person, it's you. If anytime you ready to argue with any and everybody, or anytime you saying that, oh, these people, I argue with the best of them, and that means you just doing this for the hell of it. And you ain't going to get nowhere with that. And most people ain't going to argue. In some cases, you better hope again, son, no go flying at you. What's the purpose of arguing? See, I'm an old school head when it comes to certain things. I could remember if somebody really was going hard at somebody, 9 out of 10 they liked them. Which is sad because again, it's like, is this elementary school or are we grown-ups? Some people just need to be flat out and be honest. Now in this situation, I'm just getting to meet you because everybody done somewhat said good things about you. Didn't come to find out, but some of the shit they said about you was false. When you listen to somebody and you just see how much they doing, it's like, oh, okay, you one of those. Now, prime example. Don't sit here, for some of y'all need to hear it, don't sit here and say that you want to roast the joke with people. It doesn't matter who it is. Don't say you want to roast and joke with people, but then you get in your feelings when a joke gets said and everybody starts laughing. See, this is what happens when some people be wanting too much attention and they get mad when other people come around and the attention is not so much as drawn on them. And some of y'all just like that in your relationships. If the attention ain't on you, it's F everybody. Sad. Some of y'all be seeking validation so badly and don't even see that you be seeking it. You say you don't, but you do. Because if you didn't seek validation, there's certain things that shouldn't bother you or you shouldn't need to have to put out there, basically. So again, it's common sense for some people to think twice before they speak, especially again when it comes to things that you say you don't look for. Because if you wasn't looking for them, you wouldn't be doing certain things to look for or look for that attention. Period. If somebody didn't recognize something, okay, cool. That don't define anything. Like prime example, there's people who give me my flowers, there's people who don't. That don't mean nothing to me. That's everybody's view and opinion on it. That's everybody's, you know, it's everybody's view on it. So what do I really have to say about anything? Nothing. Outside of appreciate everybody who's supportive, appreciate everybody who is rocking out with the journey. But certain things, like I said, they think we care about, we don't. Like, see, we don't seek validation from others. Shouldn't have to. And I think that's the main difference again, where some of y'all seeking validation, others ain't. People already know who they are. They already know how they move, how they operate. And they don't need validation to still be who they are. If you got a person who's just generally good at heart and does good things, they don't need validation. Or they don't seek it. A lot of times people are humble with it. Some of y'all do be jumping out the window for it, though. You can't get too uptight and in your feelings about certain situations. Again, life gonna be life and regardless. If one person didn't say something or do something, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Again, some people go hard and crash out for that validation. It's like you want everybody to know that this is what you're doing. Oh, this is how you move. When, to be quite honest, you don't necessarily even have to do that. It's called being genuine. And in some cases, you shouldn't care about validation. You shouldn't care about what others think. You should worry about what you think and how you feel and what's important to you. How are you moving? Are you moving in the best light? And if you are, then you don't need to worry about nothing. You just keep doing what's necessary. Yeah, but overall though, if you're comfortable within your skin, you don't need no validation from anybody. You're in a good position. Continue to keep doing what's necessary. Like prime example, there's things that I didn't get acknowledgement on. I didn't care about it. Wanna know why? Because again, I didn't care as long as that person was getting the help that they deserved. So, certain things don't mean nothing to me. For others, it could be different, but yeah, it's just important to have these talks again because, we get a lot of different scenarios and we get a lot of different views and feedback when it comes down to, what a person requires. But my thing with some of y'all is that, again, you are making a list That's just impossible. You can't get everything out of one person. You could get the most important things out of a person, but you can't get everything out of somebody. It's impossible. Again, you're adding things to a list that you don't need to add. If you already got something that's conducive and something that's good and that's working for you, continue to keep that. Continue to keep that in order. Again, it's the equivalent of messing up a perfect picture that you just painted. If you see this, again, some of y'all got to read when you in good situations. If you're in a good situation and you don't feel like you're less than, you don't feel like you're not being heard, you don't feel unwanted, you're not being lied to, everything is moving accordingly, you're in a great position. And it could be even greater again if you both on point and if you both make things happen. Again, keep that communication open. See, again, we communicate what we don't want, but we don't communicate exactly what we want. It's the equivalent of same thing. We say what we need, but then again, we don't say what we need. And we don't say that to the people that need to be said to. My thing overall is, again, you got to be able to read certain scenarios. And when you're in a good scenario, again, with a person who's open, honest, and is doing everything possible for you and doing the best by you, why you can't do the same thing back? Why you can't read when you in a great scenario? It's hard for some of y'all to read because some of y'all are used to what you were used to. Oh, you're used to being burnt, hurt, used to being second fiddle or second option. Or some of y'all just not used to being in a situation longer than a couple months. I told somebody one year, I said, it seemed like every couple months you got a new boyfriend. And they laughed when I said it, but I was being serious. Despite the way I was saying it, I was being serious. But it is sad in some cases because, again, like, if you were with somebody longer than a year, prime example, and you break up, regardless of what, you shouldn't be right directly into something not even a month later. Like, some people are like that. Instead of saying, let me take the time or let me just reprocess and see what's what and then give it a second go. No. This person messed up. I got this option. This person messed up. I got this option. But in some cases, guess what? Your options are going to be slim. They're going to be slim because at some point, people ain't going to look to be an option. And my thing is, when you are supposed to be placing somebody in your life, they are a priority. They're not an option. They're a priority. Because again, you have to maintain the balance. You have to make sure that everything is on point. And again, it takes two of y'all to do it. So if you want certain things to transpire the best way, then it is time for some of y'all again to think about the other person and not just yourself. Stop being on survival mode, especially when you already in a good situation. Realist, what's going on? I already know if y'all just tuned in, hit that like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But again, read the room well. And that goes on both ends. That's not just the ladies, that's the men too. Because there's some of y'all out there putting yourselves in messed up positions. The same way we hear some of the women crying about deadbeat this and no good men this, we hear men saying the same shit. Baby moms ain't this, or these bitches ain't shitting. Yeah, that's the mindset that's a lot, that's allowed some of these people to mess up their own situation. Listening to people say this shit on a regular. I'll be honest with you. You right. Niggas and bitches ain't shit, right? But men and women, they are the shit. Real men and women, oh yeah. Good. Loyal to the soil. Can't get mad about it. But see, the problem that some people can't keep good people in their lives on any level, hey, is normally because some people just they don't want to come to terms or come to reasoning when it's again not just about you. I think that's the saddest part again. That some of y'all make it just about yourself and don't think about the person on the receiving end. Some of y'all will say things or you will do things. And again, you ain't thinking about the person on the receiving end and how they might interpret it or how they may feel about it. And in some cases, y'all will put yourselves in the position to where now you done lost out on something good. Why? Because again, you wild out for respect. Like for some of y'all ladies, y'all boisterous, right? Y'all boisterous for all the wrong reasons, but you're not boisterous for the right reasons. Some of y'all doing things because you following what you call representation. Y'all allow a certain group of people to represent for the whole gender of y'all. And some of y'all going with it. Some of y'all really believe y'all could do things all on your own without no help. Some things you can do on your own. There's things that you could definitely do on your own, but you won't do it on your own. And you want to know why? Because it's what we see today. Transactional. You know things you're supposed to do, but you don't do it because you think somebody else is supposed to do it for you. Makes no sense. Like, you're a grown up, you're supposed to pay your own bills. I don't care, man or woman, you're supposed to pay your own bills. Nobody should pay your bills for you. And nobody should have to take on that burden, not unless y'all both are going to come together and tackle that shit together. Like again, some of y'all have so many prerequisites before an actual first date. It's bananas. And like I said, y'all expect that person to do 40 different things for you, right? Before y'all even go on the first date. And then think about it. Why would anybody think to do it? And then now if you don't like the person or you decide to ghost the person, now what? You basically just got a free come up. Why you think people are being kind of airy about these things now? It's not anybody's responsibility to take care of anything that you should have been taking care of already. And again, I'm saying this to whoever. Ain't nobody else's responsibility but yours. You looking for somebody else to pay your bills. You should have been paying your own bills. How did you manage to get this far without paying your bills? I'll wait on that one. Things that you know you should be doing, especially if you plan on pursuing something, you should already have in order. But also, there are things you ain't supposed to rush. Like, again, some of y'all rushing yourselves into positions that you ain't prepared for. Or you rushing yourself into a position, and then now you don't like that position. So now you're ready to quit. And I think that's a problem too. Some of y'all quick to quit on your partner. If your partner ain't quitting on you, you shouldn't quit on them. Again, it should be even and balanced out. Same way you're looking for that person to uplift you, you need to uplift them as well. Because remember, you're not the only one that goes through a down phase or a downtime. You're not the only one that suffers mentally or spiritually. Yeah, y'all gotta be equally yoked, for real. You know. No doubt, appreciate you, Angela, baby. Like I said, I wasn't gonna be on too crazy. I just wanted to have this little quick conversation because some of the things I've heard this past week while I was out and about, even while I was at work, just boggled my mind. And again, that's why I asked the question. What disqualifies somebody from being a good person or being an overall fit for you? If you ask that question, trust me, some of the answers are going to be different. But then there's going to be some of the answers that's almost the same. And for some of y'all, good people are automatically disqualified out of your book. Because again, you say you want good things, but then you're not willing to try to build towards those good things. Not willing to try to work towards having those good things. So again, what's more important? Because if your personal wants and needs is more important than actually trying to build a foundation with somebody, then you're going to continue to keep having the same problem day in and day out. You're not going to have something good because you're not going to be able to really identify it. Or when you identify it, you ain't going to know how to reciprocate it, or you ain't going to know how to deal with it. And guess what? Do what y'all normally do. Push the good to the side. See, again, you disregard all the good things and walk right into all the red flags and dangerous situations. Seen this happen time and time again. When you should make a clear choice on something good, you decide to take the bad road. Then when you get the unnecessary bumps and bruises, or you get the trauma that you get, now everybody got to suffer behind it. And again, when you have gone through something like that, it's nobody's responsibility to heal you but you. It's your responsibility to heal. It's your responsibility to get that help if you need it. Nobody else should be, again, responsible for things you should already be taking care of as an adult. You have options, right? You have an option to heal yourself before you decide to do anything else. Or you have an option to walk around with that trauma and continue to bring that trauma everywhere you go. See, like what I was trying to explain earlier, situation I had, this person is used to certain things, right? But they ain't used to a person that's not for the fuck shit. I'm not going to be going back and forth arguing with you about too much of anything. After a while, I'm just going to ignore you or I'm just going to blow you off. Period. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I guess this person was expecting somebody to go back and forth arguing and giving out that same type of negative energy, but no, not going to do that because again, what's the point? On any level, it should be reciprocation. Same way somebody respecting you, you should respect them. But if not, then you get what you get. See, in this case, I didn't bother to do nothing else. I didn't argue. I didn't go back and forth. I asked two simple questions, watched you get in your emotions, and then after that, I kindly walked away. Because again, I don't have time to be arguing and going back and forth with people and you disturbing my peace. So, and in some cases, that's what a lot of people need to look at. Your peace is more important than anything. So, if you're going to be with somebody, make sure that person is bringing you peace. Make sure that person is loyal to the soil. And again, make sure that person is open with communication, just like you are. And if you got those three things in motion, pretty much good. But also remember this for some that need to hear it. And again, in any form of relationship, marriage, even friendship, it's a team effort. That's just like if we going to play a sport, got to be together as a team, right? That means we have to come together. We have to put it together a good execution. We have to do what's necessary, but we also have to communicate while we are doing what we're doing, whether it's ball, football, anything else. Again, it's a team thing. How can I be in sync with my team if we ain't communicating? How can we know how to execute certain things if we ain't communicating? So again, that line needs to be wide open at all times. Because if not, you're going to get your gray areas. And also, you're going to get the unwanted negativity that you was trying to avoid. And sometimes miscommunication can do a lot more damage than you think. And before I get up out of here, though, because I wasn't going to be on here too long, I just wanted to do a little quick check-in. But I'll most likely be back early in the afternoon, and I'm going to continue this conversation. But again, I would say this. When you are in a good position, when you are with somebody who's standing firm by you, appreciates you for who you are, and is willing to go the distance no matter what, you got to win them. Don't mess that up or don't think just because there's options that you can do better. You might have the best option. And that best option can be your main priority. I would ask anybody, what exactly do you think you want when it comes down to finding a partner? And if you know exactly what you need and what you require from that person, then nothing should stop you from finding that and making that a reality. But also, again, don't spin yourself around the block multiple times before you actually try to put yourself in a good position. For some of y'all ladies that need to hear it, if you already got a good option, or you already got somebody who is on your level, it shouldn't matter about certain things, right? if this person is bonding with you or spiritually connected with you some way, somehow, don't mess that up just because you think you can do better. Because trust me, when you see that the grass ain't green on the other side, you gonna wish that you didn't do it. But by that time, it'd be too late. So again, think wisely before you just make any type of irrash decisions. When you got something good, preserve it. That's just like some of y'all, you make sure that your outfits is the crispiest outfits, right? Same way you got to keep a relationship or a marriage. Keep that sucker crispy as possible and maintain it. And if you maintain it well, it could last forever. But overall, just want to have this little quick conversation. Like I said, I could be back later on this afternoon. Could be an early one. So those again who celebrating birthdays, another year, another blessing around the sun. And if you was able to see another year in good spirits and good health, give your praises where it's due. Also, prayers and condolences to those, especially those who have been part of the growth, part of this channel. I know some of y'all, again, have lost family members recently. And again, healing prayers and condolences to y'all. You know, may God give you strength and understanding and wisdom throughout this time of healing and grieving. And for those who need to hear it, y'all already know, y'all more than welcome. If anytime y'all need to vent, you're more than welcome. But like I said, appreciate everybody who's been part of the build, still becoming a part of the build. And yeah, we still gonna have these conversations. See, it ain't gonna be too many relationship talks, but you know, I'm just gonna give you common sense talk. And today was just common sense, you know, for some that really need to hear it and understand that. You don't get too many shots and opportunities in life that are great shots and opportunities. But when you do, make the best of it. You find something that you can cherish and something that you can build with, hold on to it. And do your best to hold on to it. Don't allow nobody else to trick you out of a position. Don't allow nobody to have you thinking that you can do better when you already have something that's going to be greater. Especially, again, if you are connecting and bonding the way you're supposed to. Don't let your friends nor your family or any hater for that matter trick you out of that position. You gotta remember, there are some people who, regardless to what, they say that they with you or you say that they cool, but they could want your position, especially if you found something that definitely is conducive to your life or something that's bringing you peace and joy or something that's just bringing a different glow to you. You're gonna have people that want that. Your goal is to, again, not give nobody that opportunity. For some of y'all, stop worrying about what others think and focus on what you think and what's important to your build and your growth. Yeah, we'll definitely come back. We'll definitely come back on that one. So get myself up out of here though. Overall though, appreciate everybody that rocked out for the night. And like I said, just was do a little quick check-in real quick. I'll be back later definitely with the good vibes. Y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance tonight, y'all already know that love is love and then be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. And that's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real bills. Y'all be back later on with the good vibes. Y'all enjoy the rest of your nights, mornings. And I already know it's early afternoon in some places. And yeah, we'll be back with the good vibe. Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Till the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.